Hi, I'm Ethan Bishop, and in this video I'm going to be analyzing how different audiences can interpret and react to Joe Clutton's buzzer beater tip in the 2023 UFA Championship Weekend Semifinals game.
Salt Lake needs to score. Jordan Kerr with 11 seconds, back for Jorgensen. Chad Jorgensen launches a backhand toward the end zone. This is going to be the game. Joe Clutton battling for position. He tips it to the end zone where it's caught by Elijah Jaime at the buzzer to tie the game.
The media text I selected was Joe Clutton's buzzer beater tip in the 2023 UFA Championship Weekend Semifinals. I selected this moment because I love the sport and actually watched this moment happen live on my laptop and was just as surprised as the Windshield crowd when Salt Lake was able to tie the game up. In just their second season in the UFA, the Salt Lake Shred found themselves in the semifinals at Championship Weekend, just one game away from a rematch with the New York Empire. The Shred had been biting at the Empire's heels all season in the power rankings and were itching for another opportunity. But first, they had to get past the Minnesota wind chill. Although the Shred were heavy favorites, the wind chill were gritty and had home field advantage. Throughout the game, Salt Lake was unusually sloppy with the disc, dropping easy catches and missing throws that were typically automatic. And while Minnesota was far from perfect, they were able to go up 1 point with just a few seconds left. Similar to American football, the UFA's buzzer beater rules are that as long as the disc is released before time expires, it can be caught in the end zone for a score. Players are able to mack or tip the disc forward as long as they do not stop rotation of the disc. Salt Lake was able to receive the disc, and Chad Jorgensen got off a Hail Mary huck. It wasn't going to make it, but then, out of nowhere, Joe Clutton rose up from the fray and tipped the disc the distance it needed to go, and Shred teammate Elijah Jaime was able to score the game-tying goal. Salt Lake ended up winning the game in overtime and earned a trip to the UFA Championship for the first time in team history. The UFA adopted their buzzer beater rule exactly for situations like these, to create high-energy final plays. Every other version of Ultimate simply ends after a team hits a certain score, or if time is run out, when one team scores a final goal. There are no buzzer beater scenarios. The UFA, though, is more of a made-for-TV Ultimate experience, so it has these type of highlight situations. They seek to generate highlights that they and their consumers can repost to create more exposure for the league. Some semiotics of this clip include Joe Clutton's individual action that adds to the team's cooperative effort to win the game, the Shred's underdog performance and resilience despite early errors, and also the UFA's focus on high-energy plays such as the buzzer beater, representing a shift towards a more entertainment-oriented version of the sport. The design of the league encourages dramatic, visually appealing moments meant to captivate audiences beyond the sport's traditional fan base. The UFA's intention is clear. They are crafting a product that thrives on the spectacle and media consumption. They recognize that in today's sports media, the success of a league isn't just about on-field performance, but also its ability to generate shareable moments. This is both a sign of Ultimate's evolving place in the mainstream media and a sign of how niche sports are adapting to remain relevant in this digital age. Both fans and media outlets can repost or replay moments like Clutton's buzzer beater to amplify exposure for the league. This connotates a modern sports media landscape where moments are not only consumed in real time, but also replayed, analyzed, and shared across platforms. And it suggests the commercialization of sports and the idea that their sports popularity now partly depends on its ability to create viral moments that generate views and interactions. And this holds true when you examine the popularity between the UFA and more traditional club Ultimate. The UFA tends to have more viral moments because of the structure of its game compared to more traditional Ultimate, which tends to be less popular. This moment in UFA history reflects the cultural tradition of how successful buzzer beaters are celebrated in sports. Look at moments like Damian Lillard's game-winning shot to eliminate Oklahoma City from playoff contention, or Auburn's kick six against Alabama in the 2013 Iron Bowl, or even Chris Jenkins' game-winning shot to win the NCAA men's basketball championship against North Carolina in 2016. Audiences are able to bond around high-intensity, adrenaline-provoking moments such as buzzer beaters. Analyzing Joe Clutton's buzzer beater tip reveals his heroic moment and how it corresponds to the teamwork of the Shred, the underdog story of the Shred's season after making the championship after only 2 years in the league, how high-energy dramatic moments engage both fans and the media, and how the UFA creates an environment for high-intensity moments to engage both fans and the media, and how this buzzer beater taps into a broader cultural tradition of celebrated sports moments. It is important to critically engage with media texts like Joe Clutton's tip by examining how they convey broader narratives and cultural values. The media moment is not just about the final score, but about the broader story it tells and the emotions it evokes. It encourages viewers not only to appreciate the athleticism on display, but also to reflect on the role of sports in entertainment, culture, and digital media. I encourage viewers to look at their own interactions with buzzer beaters or game-winning plays in sports. How do they draw fan bases together? How does it connect people who wouldn't usually watch a sport to the sport? By examining different perspectives, we can further explore the ways in which moments like this connect us to the sport, the media landscape, and each other as fans.